So here what we have, again, very ugly graphics, but it's just to work on the features and everything will be beautiful at the end. ED2 has been assigned the attacker role, so he has to choose the path of the attack. Since ED2 selected any battleground, and ED test also choose any battleground, it's a random battleground, and here it's a fort, so it's only 2 battles. And basically the attacker chooses the path of the attack, so it's gonna be a 2-room battle, either the stable, and if you win it's in the king's chamber, or the training yard and then the king chamber. So it's just a choice. They have different stats, which I'm not showing yet, but every room has a different features, how many units you can bring in every turn, and that kind of stuff. So let's just go with a stable. Again, placeholder graphics, but you'll get the idea. So now that the attacker has chosen the first room to attack in, we're in the drop unit phase, which is the first phase of the battle. I don't see what the other guy is doing, and vice versa. So in this phase, you're dropping your first unit. So let's see what we have here in this phase. Each room has a total spawn. So this one is 10 units total that you can spawn throughout the whole battle. And here you have reserve points. Reserve points are kind of like unit movement points. Basically, in the battle there's no movement, but to bring in units in battle, or to swap them, or to bring them back in the army, that requires reserve points. Maybe we'll change the term, but for now that's the best term we found. And okay, so this is our king, and the units we chose here. And here we have the other king we selected for ED test for the super army and all our units. So if you remember, we selected 4 warden and 2 of the others that we add 2 of, and we put them all in the army. Only the assault warden is not in the army, but it's not available here because that's our battle army. So you can pull out that panel here. You can quit here, but that's dumb. You're gonna forfeit the battle to the other guy, or press ready when you're ready. But since we haven't put any unit on the battlefield, you can't press that yet. All right, so I'll put a warden here. You just click and drag to a spot. So in this room you have 4 spots to battle. It's gonna matter for attacks that have an area of effect, or curses, or units that have auras. You want units nearby to receive the aura's ability. For now, not much of that is implemented, so just bring the guy here. And you can of course move him, click and drag this guy to another spot. So if you see here, now it says reserve points 1 on 1. That means I used my movement point, so I can't like take another unit and bring it. That won't work because I already used it. But since we're in the drop phase, I can move this unit here and not use more reserve points because it's all like a pre-battle state here. This is all before the battle, so as long as there's 1 unit, this is considered 1 reserve point. So I can send it back to the reserve, and now it's 0 on 1, and I can put back another one. Or what I can do is directly swap them if I want. I want the warden, so I'll keep him there. I'll put it. I'll keep him there. Also, you can see the total spawn is now 1 on 10. If I send him back, it's back to 0. I'll bring him back. All right. We start at 1 reserve point, maybe 2 reserve point at the start. So the guy who doesn't have the first turn is not gonna be like penalized that much, you know. If we put 5 units right from the start, the guy who has the initiative will completely wreck the other guy, so that's really unfair. So the battle starts with just a few units, so you can build up your strategy as the round goes, as the turns go. So here I could like drop the king into play, but that's if the king dies, the battle is over completely. So that's not really a good idea. So I'll just bring a tech arbalist. Again, total spawn 1, reserve point 1 for this guy. And this guy's ready. As you can see, I don't see what the other guy has put yet on the battlefield. Just so you can't put the units that are better against the other guy, and the other guy would do the same. It would be a mess. And so for the drop phase, you don't see what the other guy is putting. It's like an attack, you know. They come and fight. So here I can unready myself and decide to change my setup. But as long as the two are not ready, the game doesn't start. This one's ready, we'll say this one's ready. Boom, the battle starts. And let's see what we have here. Total spawn for me is still 1 on 10. The other guy's total spawn is 1 on 10. The other guys, right now you can see it says enemy turn, so that's not my turn. For ED2, it says your turn, that's his turn. We've got the timer here. I've got the reserve points. It's still 1 on 1 until the next turn. So you don't put another unit right away. We might change that, we're not sure yet. But this guy can attack. If we had reserve points, we could move to a new spot. We can do that, we can switch around. But before the timer runs out, I'm gonna attack the Warden. So what he does is throw a really ugly projectile. And there's a crash. Awesome. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Let's see what else we have in the screen. So since it crashed, obviously some things here are not correct, but let's look here. What we have, I'll just quit this one. The Warden had 12 HP, now it's down to 9, so this is the health, and this is the attack power. So the Tech Arbalist does 3 damage when he shoots his projectile, and he has 9 HP. Okay, so I'll restart the battle after this crash. Okay, so we're back to the battle, pretty much the same thing we had before. I'll just do a couple end turn. I'll do one here. So when I drag the Warden, as you can see, we saw it before, you can move to another spot or drag him back to the reserve, so that would send him back to the army. Or what you could do is stake one from the army and drag him in if you had reserve points, or ride on this guy to swap them. So the Warden would go out and the Arbalist would come in. We won't do that yet, we don't have the reserve points. So I'm gonna attack him. Okay, so that's 2 turns done. When I end this turn, as you can see, the reserve points are back to 0. So like I said, maybe we'll change that, but for now it's after 1 complete turn, the reserve points are reset. So now that the reserve points are good, as you can see here, I don't have any more Tech Arbalist to bring in, so that's grayed out. But these other guys are there. So I'm gonna bring a Warden here. So to do a swap, I would need 2 reserve points. So I don't have that right now. So I can just either I use 1 point to bring him back, or obviously I use it to bring the Warden into play. And he can't do anything, he just came in. This one can do anything, something, but since last time it crashed, I won't do anything with him. So what I can do here is, of course my reserve points are back to 0 as well. I'll bring another Warden. Or no, I'll show you another unit. I'll show you the Sentinel. It's just placeholder, just the graphics. This is a sketch that the artist Sick Dead Fiend did. So it's all static for now. She can't do anything, she just came in play. The Warden though can either attack or do a support action. So the yellow means like a movement action, that uses the reserve point. Red means attacking, and green means an assist. The Warden can put like a protective shield, so I'll do it before the timer runs out. So he did a shield action. Okay, escalation, I'll explain that in a minute. So he did a shield, so you can see here there's a little shield icon. That means if somebody attacks the Sentinel, the Warden's gonna jump in to protect her. So almost all units have an attack, a friendly assist ability, and some have the aura. And some don't have attacks or don't have friendly, but they mostly all have the two, the attack and the friendly assist. Okay, so see if I attack with this Warden, I attack the Sentinel. The Warden jumps in, blocks the first attack, and the Sentinel took the other attack, but the other attack did 0 damage, so she was completely safe. And the Warden blocked the other damages. Alright, so I'll just keep bashing. Okay, before I attack with her, which I think will crash, I'll just explain the escalation thing. Okay, escalation is about the reserve points. As you know, it started with 1 point, now we're at 2 points. So when there's escalation, 1 more reserve point is added, and so you can do like more action. As the battle goes, more things will happen. You know, like at this point it's getting pretty intense. Like say this tech arbalist is weak, I could send him back and at the same time bring a new unit. I'll do it on the other side because I already used a reserve point. I'll just bring another unit. So it gets pretty intense as the escalation goes up. When you're at 4 points or 5 points, many things can happen. Lots of units are swapping and it's pretty intense. So I'll do it here. Say the Sentinel is weak. I want to switch it up. So I'll just oh, that doesn't work. The swap doesn't work, but I think I can do it manually. So I send her back and bring in the Warden. This action should work, so that's something to fix. And this guy just came in, can't do his action, but this one was there, so I can attack. The Warden does 2 attacks. One that does 3 damage, fixed amount, and the pullback of his lance, of his spear, does 0 to 2 damage. 0, 1 or 2 damage. See, another escalation, so more units can be swapped and more movement can be created. That goes up to a maximum. I think that's, for this room, it's maybe 3 or 4. So I'm gonna attack this guy. I'm gonna attack this guy. This guy's gonna die right now. He's at 2 HP right now. Here you can see. This stuff is badly aligned, but we're gonna try to show the information for each minion on the side here, so it's not crowded over the characters. We'll try to do it in a very clear way, but for now it's on the side, not really well aligned with the characters. We're gonna work on that to make it better. Yeah, so he's gonna die right now. And we continue the battle. Of course, the dead is taking the spot. Not sure what we're gonna do about that. We might fade him out and bring the new guy, but some units have abilities to bring dead guys back to life, so that might be a strategy to remove him or keep him there. We're not sure yet. We'll send her back, send him back, bring the king in. gonna attack the king. So this guy is gonna protect the king, I think. Yeah. So here I might need to bring the warden always in front of the other unit when it's protecting, just for make it visually interesting. Yeah, that's the king's attack right now. I know is broken, so I won't do it. Gonna close this. Not gonna kill this one. The king are gonna be pretty powerful, lots of HP. And usually have pretty powerful auras and abilities and bonuses. So I'm just gonna kill the king, and it's gonna pretty much end the demo, I think, because I know the room to room progression is right now is broken. I think so. So kill the king. The battle should be over now. But yeah, something's broken since the last time I worked on this, on the winning screen. But so yeah, that's. I just wanted to show you the state of Dark Siege. I'll say it one more time. Lots of placeholder. Pretty much just the warden and his animations are pretty final. And it's pretty cool. Like when everything will be at that level of graphic, it's gonna be pretty awesome. So one of the next things we're gonna be working on is like integrating a whole new bunch of units, new mechanics, fixing the projectiles, of course, implementing the auras, implementing the abilities with like dot damage or like lots of different little abilities and types of attacks. There's a new king I received some placeholder art for, and new units that are not there. The monk is not there, the priest, and so I'll be integrating all these new things, and it's gonna be pretty much ready for some early alpha build testing, so we can have some online battles already and play with what's there. So that's it. I hope you liked seeing this. I hope it was not too rambly, and I hope you're interested in following the progress of Dark Siege. It's going to be a cool game, lots of units, cool battles online with other people. It's going to have single player, cool story. Of course, I'm really excited about the multiplayer mode. We're going to work on this mode more before the single player, because I think that's what's gonna keep the game being played after the single player, like just people playing multiplayer and doing ranked battles to get in the ranking. So that's it. If you like it, share this video, comment in the comments below, and subscribe, because we'll do more of these videos, maybe shorter ones, we'll see. But thanks for watching, and see ya!